Do you know what your BMI is? Or in other words, your body mass index. Do you know what category you fall in? Your BMI usually measures your weight in relation to your height, and it is used to classify overweight and obesity in adults. Obesity is one of America's fastest growing health concerns. It involves excessive body fat that increases the risk of health problems. It has been called the new American epidemic. So, obesity has caused about 2.8 million people to die each year as a result of being overweight or obese. So, why obesity? I've decided to speak about obesity because either we've been there or we know someone who might fall under that category. Um, More than two-thirds of adults in the US are overweight or obese. It is linked to more than 60 chronic diseases. About 17% of American children from ages 2 to 19 are considered to be obese, and about 35% of college students may be overweight or obese. So, listening to my speech might inform you on things you might have not known, and you might be able to inform others on it as well. So, I myself have gained 60 pounds during my pregnancy. So, before my pregnancy, I weighed 130. I went up to almost about 200 pounds during my pregnancy, and after my pregnancy, right now, I am 160. So, my BMI would fall under overweight. So, in about 5 to 7 minutes, I will inform you a little bit more about what obesity is. So, first, I will be talking about who it affects and why it might affect that specific group. I will be talking about the health risks that come with obesity and how we can prevent it. So, um, obesity affects children, it affects middle aged people, it affects usually older women than it would older men. Um, it also affects ethnicity. So, ethnicity is another factor. All states in the US have an obesity rate over 20%. Children who are obese are 5 times more likely to be obese as adults. Obesity affects about 49% non Hispanic blacks, 44 Hispanic, 42 non Hispanic white, and 17% non Hispanic Asians, and more than 40% of adults between the ages of 40 and 59 are obese. So, about 40% of American women are obese, and about 35% of men are obese. Americans are eating 23% more calories than we did in 1970. People who are obese or overweight miss about 56% more work days than somebody who would be around normal weight. And although it does affect a percentage of college students, overall, those college students who do have a degree or a higher education do have lower obesity rates than those who might have a lower education level. So, education is another factor um, that plays a role in why you might have why you might be obese or overweight. Um, so, obesity can occur because of behaviors such as not getting enough physical activities or because of genetics. It is also influenced by a person's community, and it can affect the ability to make healthy choices. So, those were some of the main people that it might affect, and now I will speak about the health risks that come with obesity. So, being obese or overweight can increase the risk for health conditions like high blood pressure, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, a stroke, cancer. There are many, many health conditions that come with being obese. Not only that, but it is also very costly. So, extra weight makes you more likely to have high blood pressure and high cholesterol, which lead to a heart disease or a stroke. But losing even a small amount of weight can really improve your blood pressure or reduce the chances of you developing a heart disease or diabetes. So most people who have type 2 diabetes, which is the most common type of diabetes, are overweight or obese. And in 2002, 18.2 million people have had diabetes. It was the sixth leading cause of death listed on US death certificates in 2000. And in 2008, the estimated annual medical cost of obesity in the United States was about $147 billion, which is a lot of money. So, these are some of the many reasons as to why obesity can be a problem for anybody. I will now inform you on some of the easiest ways that we can prevent this from happening. So, healthy eating and exercise is key. Obviously, those are the two main things that you can do. and they're very easy to prevent obesity. So it is something someone can get very easily. It is easy to overeat a lot of unhealthy foods, and get to a point where you are considered to be overweight. So here are some of the things that can really help. So healthy eating is number one, like I mentioned. Consuming less processed and sugary foods will definitely help a lot. Eating more veggies and fruits, and just following a healthy eating plan will really make a difference. So exercise is also the most effective way that can prevent you from being overweight or obese. So, exercising daily will help you lose weight, which will get you to the normal BMI range. Losing about 5 to 7% of body weight, if overweight, can prevent or delay the onset of type 2 diabetes. It also helps with heart disease and high blood pressure. So, for example, if you weigh about 200 pounds, just losing 10 pounds will improve blood pressure or your levels of your cholesterol levels and your blood flow. So